Spicy Bytes!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Decisions are regretted right now.
Who would you blame for this decision?
Me, I came up with the concept of the show. Hey everybody, welcome to Spicy Bytes. I'm Shannon Lynch and I'll be hosting today at Fenway, but I'm here with Jesse Von Doom at Fastly and Elton Canero at Wasabi, and we're here to talk about what everyone's talking about, AI economics, and whether it's a compute problem or a storage problem. So let's check in on how everyone's doing. Nerves, everyone prep their stomachs, get their life insurance in check.
Look, what we're talking about is something everyone's talking about all the time, right? So that's great. And there's no nerves there because, there's no right or wrong here. There's all opinions and ideas and everything else. But in terms of the food, I don't see any reason to go mild. Doesn't say mild bites. So
Yeah, I mean, these wings look delicious. I'm gonna be struggling because, how you talk with Jewel.
All right, question one. So let's get into the first wing
yeah.
and see how hot it is. And then I'll read it to you guys. That's right. A little hot. And we're just starting.
All right. Explain it as if I'm the first person walking in, never heard Fastly or Wasabi before. What do you guys do?
What's your pitch?
all right, well, Fastly does really application acceleration, edge delivery. We started as the first real programmable CDN, which meant CDNs are basically like spreading thousands of computers all over the globe to make sure that the processing happens close to the user. Lots of applications like personalization, streaming, front-end optimization, all kinds of stuff, but really delivering bits to folks that want them. And that's what Fastly does.
Yeah, and Wasabi is hot cloud storage. It's a storage platform that allows you to store any kinds of data you want, and especially now with the AI boom, think about all the data that needs to be used to train models and infer things that you care about.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think a lot of people think about having access to the application first and not what you need at the back end, but both need to work together in order for people to have a seamless experience.
100%.
Yeah,
Okay. We survived one. You guys ready for two?
it didn't feel that spicy.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah,
We're
it
good.
wasn't bad.
We're feeling confident, cocky.
Yeah.
Like here, we'll start crying. It'll be fine.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, maybe the question will get hotter.
I'm secure, man. I can cry on camera. It's fine. We'll be
That was
fine.
actually like the spiciest one. You guys are fine. It's going to be
okay.
totally good.
Okay, well, let's see.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, question two. You guys ready?
Yep.
So wings up, and here's the question.
Are we gonna get bumped this time? Oh,
What's the
we can't touch
most
it. 'cause,
overrated part of the modern AI stack?
Oh man, that's question number 2.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Overrated part of the AI stack. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it right now. It's GPUs.
That's just
GPUs all day. Here's the thing. People are going out spending so much CapEx on these things that they got to get rid of OpEx, right? So you're seeing people choosing GPUs over human beings. I'm sorry. Right now, the GPU is great. I mean, don't get me wrong. It does the job. It absolutely does as advertised, accelerates everything. It is right? But this is the first generation of a new technology. We're talking about computers going from deterministic systems to probabilistic systems, and who cares what all that means? The point is, we're actually using a deterministic chip to simulate the randomness of a probabilistic outcome. You think that the prices today that people are paying for those chips are going to last? Absolutely not. If this becomes the dominant market and the dominant, computing thing, which it is fast doing, we have different chips on the way. We have tensor processing units. We have, inference enhanced CPUs. We've got all kinds of ways to do what we think of as AI, right? So this is the first generation. Everybody's going and betting the farm. I know a company that sold all the memory in their computers to get a warehouse because it's that much money these days. That's not permanent. That's a short-term burst. You wait and you see. You keep your people around because they have the expertise in your business. Those people can tell you how to apply that AI and where you need those things. The GPUs are just right now a bump. So that's why I would say the most overrated thing is the GPU today, even though it is the beating heart of the entire system.
It is the beating heart. So I was surprised by that answer. Do you think that's like where most of the money shouldn't go?
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I look at what we spend on computer equipment. I look at what we spend on talent. What we spend on talent is significantly higher than what we spend on computer equipment. The only bet they're making right now is that the computer is going to be better at talent than people are. And I would bet on our people every single time. So this is an evolving market. This is an evolving space. So it is kind of a spicy take, but I'm going to say the thing that's overrated is the GPU. Who cares about hardware? You have to have people to figure this stuff out. You have to have software written for it, the whole thing. And I don't know about y'all. Maybe you're like, AI wizards or something, Wasabi. I've seen what you build. It's impressive, right? But like, that AI solution isn't going to match a principal engineer most of the time, isn't going to come up with those same creative engineering ideas and whatever else. It's an important part of the stack. It's complementary, all that stuff. But if you're getting to the point where you're doing a layoff of thousands of people in order to afford GPUs, I do not buy your AI efficiency story. You just went and got boondoggled by a chip manufacturer.
No, that's definitely a hot take there.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm realizing now. I'm like, okay, my boss is going to be talking to me on tomorrow about that, or
but we're in that era of you still need the subject matter expertise to validate what is coming back and what AI is actually accomplishing. Right?
Yep.
You can optimize a workflow, but if the workflow is not a good workflow designed well, then what are you optimizing? Just
100%
a bad workflow, right?
You got it.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think AI can solve a lot of things. I think it helps enhance what we do well.
Mm-hmm.
But Elton, do you have a different answer, or are you on the same side? GPUs are overrated.
I think GPUs. I mean, there's a need for them, right? I could, definitely, what Jesse said about, if you're laying off a whole bunch of people to afford GPUs, is that a sound strategy, right? You thinking about what is the business objectives, like what is it you're going to do with those GPUs? How are you going to find a way to, hit those revenue targets that you care about? There's a balance there, but yeah, like in the end, like you get some decisions are hard, and some decisions affect people. But in the end, I do believe people have that expertise today to make sure that what's coming out of the AI, what the AI agents are doing, or what is coming out of the training models is actually good versus bad.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer.
I like your some decisions are hard thing. I'm looking at this and going, I made a decision here, and
This
we're
is-
still
yeah.
like 2 decisions in, and I don't know if this is a good one yet. So
So Elton, now that you mentioned it, I do notice that there's a little bit of sweat beading on your head. So what are your thoughts on number 2?
So before I answer, I'm going to use this lovely Cobra Kai wasabi thing to wipe my forehead first. Sauce 2 is great. Honestly, I didn't feel the heat on the tongue, but I can definitely tell you my head is exposing how hot that sauce was. But
Yeah, that is the Fat Cat Gourmet. So it's doing its job.
My style.
hey, you know what? We're almost 15% of the way through.
Hey,
You good?
I love the math.
You good?
I love the math.
All right, you guys ready for 3?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so grab your wings.
All right.
Question is, who's to blame for insane cloud bills? Is it architecture, hyperscalers, or lazy engineering?
Oh, shit. Not the third one.
We just had a whole conversation with people. I have thought.
Cloud bills. It's complicated. Wow. Okay. That got me. That one's good. Okay. Insane cloud bills. They're up there, and they're expensive because it's hard to figure out the blended stacking, right? Every single person or every single company that uses Fastly, for example, fronts an origin of some kind, right? Sometimes the application's coming out of Fastly, and we run the compute at our edge. And sometimes that compute is coming out of central cloud. But every single time when you find somebody that doesn't have the kind of engineer that can architect what is a split edge, central, whatever strategy, what you end up getting is the very, very rational default that a lot of places file in is, I'll give you all of my business. I'll give you all of my business, and usually a big old commit. You get a volume discount and all the rest, right? So that's what we see. And I don't think that's lazy engineering. I think the fact is the building for the internet has become more and more and more complex, right?
Yes.
So Fastly's main purpose is to make sure you don't have to go back to the central cloud, so we can save money that way. So for every 100 times someone hits your page, they only actually load it once because we have it cached, doesn't go back to the origin. None of that happens. You save a ton of money. But it's complicated to set up. So thank goodness we're in an era now where like doing this stuff is becoming easier. And that is a place where AI can help save you money for those basic setups and stuff like that. When you're not talking about digging into the complex root of your business, it's a great way to go. You slap up an MCP server, whatever else. You can have a config set up, and you're off and go, and you save some money. And that works. But honestly, it's just about, man, I mean, you remember the day when you could just like send a file to an FTP server and like that's it. I'm done. The internet is good,
That
right?
was my jam back in the day.
Telling you, I like working hot with an FTP server every single time. That's what I mean. I brought down more websites. I don't want to think about doing that. And thank God we're not in that part of it anymore.
Yep.
But the reality is, simple setup when you're talking about a global distribution to millions or even billions of people, it is complicated. And if you get small things wrong, it gets amplified a million or a billion times. So
Yeah.
that's my best answer. I got you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That sauce is hot.
Yeah, that one's good. It's
It's
the
good.
first one that
Yeah.
slight
I'm
regrets.
still feeling it on my tongue.
Yeah, you brought up FTP. It took me way back when I was, part of a file transfer company that focused on, building fast file transfer using UDP.
I'm just setting you up.
Yeah. That brings my UDP joke. Have you heard it? A UDP packet walks into a bar. No one acknowledged.
Don't bleep that one out either. I'm telling you, you deserved it. You deserved it. It's fine. It's terrible. Don't do that.
Anyway, so talking about bad architecture is what I would say is, there's a lot of things that lead to bad architecture. Like even going back to the last question I asked about AI, right?
Mhm.
The whole concept of vibe coding. People are like vibe coding because like, hey, I can build an app, I can build a platform, I
Right.
can build a SaaS, whatever it is. But if the underlying architecture is not something that they're experts on, they don't
Yep.
understand how it's supposed to be built, they're entirely relying on AI to build that stack for them. Now, it may be rock solid for 1 to 10 users, maybe, but what happens when you get to 1,000, to 10,000, to 20,000?
Yep.
This is now
It's
where
those small things, right?
This,
And
yeah,
yeah, because it's something that you brought up
Mhm.
earlier too about bundling services. The hyperscalers will just offer an overall solution, but they're not taking account of those small pieces,
Exactly.
so things can
Yeah.
break.
so
mean-
that's so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, that's every single system right now these
Yeah.
days, right? Like you too. I'm sure every one of your customers has. If you just had this one thing,
Yep.
and it's the same for us because you're talking about building systems for a global market right now, and every one of those use cases is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, like, we got people looking to do, a ton of storage for AI
Yeah.
training. That's great. We know what to do for that. That's easy enough. But then they suddenly got to start moving it around the world.
Yeah.
That gets it a little more complicated. So you just define those stopgaps to fill it.
And that's where the people come in. So you need
Absolutely.
the people to identify
Yep.
what is happening
That's correct.
or what pieces need to be improved on, so you pick the right tools for the right
Mhm.
build for your customers.
Yeah, and then beyond that, like the hyperscalers don't make it easy to use their platforms. It's some people need a master's or PhD degree to go into some of the hyperscaler consoles, right?
Oh yeah,
And-
no, I
and-
took a cloud computing class and I could not figure out the AWS
Exactly.
calculator.
And I find that those decisions are intentional to some degree because humans will make mistakes.
Mhm.
Mistakes cost money. The hyperscalers benefit from those mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's almost like intentional because if it was easy, right, and it would not be one of those things that you would care about. If I build this badly, would it cost me millions of dollars in the future? Right. So
Yeah.
there's that aspect of it as well.
No, that's another hot take.
Yep.
So, number 4. You guys ready? We can do this. We're going to make it. Question is,
I love that song.
That's nice.
Bon Jovi,
There you go. Let's go.
And you're
Edge
so
ver-
Canadian right now.
Edge versus Origin.
Mm.
Who's carrying more weight in the AI game right now?
Oh, that's a good one. Shoot up. Wait, sorry. Oh, that's the one that poured heavy. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Edge versus Central
Mm.
Cloud. I got to give it to Central Cloud on this one.
Okay.
I think Central Cloud is pulling more weight with AI, but largely because it's got the horsepower.
Yeah.
At the edge, you're talking about expensive computing's pushed out to the edge, everything else. It's okay for inference. I think people overhype it a little bit for that. It's great for routing to models. It's great for multi-model approaches.
Okay.
So there's definitely huge contributions the edge can make. But I think right now what we're seeing mostly is heavier processing, heavier training, et cetera, and that's all Central Cloud right now.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of the heavyweight is in the core, right? And a lot of they call it the fast growing, workload sponges happening at the edge.
Yeah.
Right. The fast stuff, the low latency, the chatbots. Like you want quick responses, you lean towards the edge.
And all the gen things coming out of there right now too. You can look for like
Oh my
5 IP addresses, and you can tell you that's the
Right.
right
So I
average.
think that's why that goes back to our first question about GPUs, because if it's all happening
Yep.
at the central cloud and everyone's focusing on GPUs, the
Mhm.
compound cost is going to continue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That sauce was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot feel my tongue. I've already gone through one of my yogurts, and I may pop another one.
Yep.
You guys think you can handle 5?
Oh, we're going all the way.
Okay.
I signed a contract. I have to. It's just where we're at.
That's true.
Yeah. It's
I hope
an
it doesn't-
agreement.
Did I sign a contract? No, I'm kidding.
As long as it doesn't break the friendship.
Never. This is
This
friends
is-
first
this is-
territory. I'm
yeah,
sorry. If
this
there's
is-
one thing I got, it's work is fun. It comes and goes, but the friends are the folks
Yep.
that you sweat with forever.
Yeah. You just sweat with.
Okay.
I have to wipe my forehead again with this.
Number
beautiful-
5. You guys ready?
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Whew. All right, I'm just gonna do it before. We're just gonna do it together.
Oh my god.
Dignity is the gift that keeps giving.
Whew.
Mm.
I put full bites on the wing. Decisions are regretted right now.
Driving Miss Daisy, that's spicy.
I have the question memorized, so that's good.
That
Who
is
would you
good.
blame for this decision?
Me, I came up with the concept of the show. It's all on me. Anyways,
That's my favorite saying. Whose idea was this? Anyway?
That one's got a good chunk in the back of my throat. Mm-hmm.
what's a common mistake that you see people doing when they're trying to scale AI?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Specifically when they're trying to scale it. It's funny, we've done a lot with, so Fastly was one of the first places that came out with what was called gonna need to be a couple pauses here and all that. This is just
Whoa.
buffering, as it were.
I didn't think there was buffering on a fastest eating yet. Jesse, there it is.
Man, I'm just, as a new media PM, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna introduce it. Oh, okay. Scaling AI. Fastly introduced a thing. We have a product called the AI Accelerator.
Yeah.
Came out really early in the AI times. And the whole idea was semantic caching. So when you're doing AI workloads, you're basically translating a question into a map of a concept. And that map turns into a number, vectors. You can essentially say, these numbers represent the concepts inside the thing. We got to cache that, everything else. You know what? Turns out caching AI isn't usually what it's used for. Actually, a lot of the stuff we're seeing for scaling of AI, I think people are going too far in on AI as the actual scaling factor. Turns out what people want is a lot of real-time interaction. And the AI stuff can kind of happen in the background, or can happen as an agent, or can happen in all these other places. So the original idea of place your LLM processing closer to your users, or put everything through an LLM, that part's tricky and it's not great.
Okay.
So we're learning new ways to do that through caching, through manipulation, through personalization. Just enough AI is the way to get it to scale, not faster, faster, faster.
I think what we're seeing on the Wasabi end is everyone's focused on ingesting the data.
Yes.
They're not realizing how much egress is being taken when that data is being moved.
Yep. Or how much data there is even in the first place.
Exactly.
It's so much. We're seeing like petabyte is a new gigabyte, and like, man, we skipped right over terabytes. They got the coolest name.
Yep.
All
It's
right.
like Terraforming Mars, another game I like.
I'm telling you, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
Elton, do you have a take on it, or are you still recovering from the
That one was hot. Yeah, my take on this stuff is, define the process, make sure it works well, make sure it works at scale, and then figure out how to optimize it using AI. That's it. I'm
I think you're right.
gonna start giving you short answers because man, this stuff is hot.
Yeah,
That
if we
was-
go monosyllabic, that'd be great.
High
We're
River?
gonna go fast and hot. No pun
700,000 Scoville units.
700,000.
Yes.
I don't know what that is in gigabytes. I can't do that math.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
about to say, what is that in petabyte? In petascoville?
Don't worry. The last one is in over 2 million.
Jesus.
Sweet.
So,
That's how many fans we're gonna have watching this video.
we got 3 more to go. Oh, no, 2 more. I didn't put it. That's what
Oh.
deceived me.
We saw it. You guys, it's on camera. We even got the evidence. It's
It's-
fine.
The yogurt's there. It's proof.
I
Okay.
didn't think Jesse was gonna upset you that much.
That's a foul language.
Woo!
That's,
Now I'm breaking chairs. I'm doing everything. We're just gonna trash this place by the end of this thing.
Oh
Professionalism.
my god.
all right, you guys ready for 6?
Absolutely.
We got 2 left. We're almost done. We're gonna.
We're going for it. Oh Jesus Christ.
Ching ching. Guys, don't quit. Come on.
You know what they say?
You got this.
There was a joke There was a
They're
joke.
bad.
There was a joke I saw of the weekend. Is people are usually atheists until they start updating their BIOS.
That's fair.
This is what I feel like right now. It's like praying to God this wing doesn't kill me.
You'll be fine, man. Just down the whole thing.
I got my life insurance in check. Did that
You just, like,
paperwork
scoop
that
up
last
the sauce when
weekend.
you're done. Get an extra. You got this.
On the bright side, we've kind of answered this throughout, so this should be kind of easy question for you guys to answer. Hyperscalers, is it still the best option, or is it just the default that people are making because it's what they know?
This is a good question. I actually like this one. So I think we're coming to, or at least what I see.
Yeah.
Hyperscalers are there. They give you everything you need. You know, limitless scaling, the whole thing, all the products, all the solutions, every knob you can twist, everything. It's great for the parts it's great for, but it ain't for everything. You know, look at it as like the engine of your car, right? Like,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have Wasabi coming with me, and I can get all the storage and everything. So that's like backseat of my car. I'm gonna chuck all the boxes in. I got the trunk. I got everything else. Fastly's gonna be the roadmap. Everything else, we're gonna take you where you need to go. All the stuff. We'll get it there on the time. We'll deliver it. Do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you need an engine. Central Cloud's still great. It's the place you can get cheap, efficient processing on any kind of computer. You can figure it yourself. The whole thing. It's nice to get away from all the stuff, but man, you still see a mix of on-prem, like the closely guarded. We need to stack for ourselves. You move what you can to the cloud for some cost savings. You get a CDN for optimization. You get your cloud storage. You're moving stuff around, so it's not good, bad. It's really just it's part of the solution.
Yeah.
The solutions get more complex.
Yeah, I think, in addition to that, I think it all comes down to the business objective, right? If you're like, hey, I have an idea, I want to test my concept, right? The hyperscalers would be the first place people want to go.
Yep.
Credits being offered, hey, come build.
Yep.
Build fast, build quick, get it out there. So the business objective is, hey, go out, go fast. It's an easy enough to worry about procuring stuff, racking systems up and so on. But at some point, right, you're faced with that question of, am I focused on growth? Am I focused on cost savings, right? And based on your answer, you figure out what your strategy is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with cost savings, I think people should lean on more. It's more about the sustainability. If you're trying to grow, how are you going to sustain it to maintain? And that's where cost comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You got this.
I got this.
I got faith in you.
Believe it or not, this is my 4th time doing it on the show, and yet
I don't learn my lessons either. We're good. We're good. They're overrated lessons. You just plow through.
You just do it live. This is the dab. So this is the one that Hot Ones does. We could. It is the deadliest one. It's the one that's in every single season box. It's their famous one.
All right.
And it's the one I hate the most.
Why do you hate it the most?
You'll find out.
Oh. So we're going to live your experience.
I can't describe it in words. It's more in physical representation.
All right.
Listen, if there's one thing, and I'll say this as both Fastly and just sitting here.
Yeah.
Get through it fast. You'll feel a lot less pain. Just go.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad. You don't have any bones, so you can't really, cheat your way out of the whole thing.
Just
Whereas
cauliflowers,
we've been like, taking small bites ish.
Well,
Bro, we're going for it. With dab.
Elton, we got a question.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
man. Thank
it's
you
like
for your time.
it's like bumping mics here, bumping wings instead.
last question. 3 years from now. So we're looking forward. If I can answer it or question it. What's something about AI infrastructure today that is just going to be completely irrelevant and viewed as a worse practice?
So the spicy answer is just like, every single prediction right now is going to be wrong. So
Yeah.
This one included. The weirdest, the stuff we're going to look back at funny is sort of the panic over water and energy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not because, be clear, not because we have water and power use like what it is today. That's not cool. Like, no one wants that. But the whole idea is this is early technology, right? Like, we're talking about like UNIVAC level of computing right now for AI. So as it evolves, like next few years, and also frankly, as AI helps design those chips, because there's, again, I might sound like a naysayer in AI. There's lots of great shit it can do. But some of that is stuff like accelerating the process of chip design, right? So as you get those chips designed, as you get new stuff, hardware stack is going to look entirely different.
Yeah.
My guess is the CPU doesn't even look the same. We're not going to be using deterministic chips to do probabilistic computing. That's just silly. So when you look back and you say, hey, how many rivers did we flood through those data centers? How much power do we put into that? It's going to feel downright goofball. It's like when you look at an old car from the 50s and you're like, it got 7 miles a gallon and they bragged about it.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Well, you, Elton, what do you think?
Whatever he said. Kidding. And what was the question again? Kidding.
The dab does do that too. It does wipe all current thoughts.
It does, because I was really thinking, how do I describe this? And then you're right, there's no words to describe it.
You just go in.
You're just going. But yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as Jesse on that one, right? It's, you gotta, as you're building, as new technology comes out, right? There's obviously, an element of how much you spend, how much you invest in making it sustainable, and that costs, right? Like, you may think about electric cars, right? Oh my God, that is spicy. Like all the infrastructure that went in, it's going in to support electric cars and autonomous vehicles and so on, right? You have to make the investment, and over time, hopefully it pays all the dividends you need for it to pay to make it sustainable.
I mean, like, look, I'm dating myself, but I remember when a VCR cost $1,000. All right, like, try to find one for more than 30.
Yeah, because technology also evolves, right?
Exactly. So
that was spicy.
It was very spicy.
I feel like I should be saying thank you, but I don't think that's correct.
Yeah.
Well, Elton was the one that invited you on, but we're very glad to have you because this was some very good takes.
Too bad Omid didn't join us.
Oh, I would have had bragging rights. I'm telling you, this is like the public challenge. Omid, like, come on, like, man, next time we're doing it with Omid.
Yes,
destroy him.
We're gonna destroy him.
Yeah.
All right.
We're just getting straws for these ones.
So, Omid, if you're watching on LinkedIn or on Wasabi TV, you've been challenged.
Oh, there we go. You've been challenged. Now you can't say no.
This is how I like it. Yeah. I got a hit list, but we'll work on it.
We'll figure that out.
I think you only get so many wishes like a genie, right?
Yeah. But no, I think we survived it. I think out of all of them, the dab is still the worst. But I did like the second one, which was Fat Cat Gourmet. It had a nice flavor.
That did. Although, I don't know. Wing 6 had a similar level of spice.
That was one that felt like it kicked me in the face. Yeah. That one was a lot.
Yeah. It's definitely spicy. I'm glad I did this. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Number 3 was delicious, though, man. Take that all day.
Yeah.
3 was a good one. All right, guys. We've concluded. We've survived. Everyone, I hope you learned a little bit about AI economics. My key takeaway is people first over AI. How about you guys? If there was one thing you wanted someone to take away after watching this.
I think people first is a nice one. I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to go and say that, like, AI is a tool. So you got to remember people first because people use the tools, right? And it is doing some incredible stuff. We are seeing it advance the pace of everything. I mean, I know you're seeing that. I'm definitely seeing it. What great engineering teams can do with tools like AI is automatic. Like, that's still the thing I'm excited to see, right? But, like, how we get there matters. So we get there people first. We get there with the creativity, ingenuity, and engineering gifts that these people have been using for a long time to figure this stuff out. That's how we get there. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah, 100%. And, similar take on that. And it goes on to, people first. People should find a way to embrace AI and use it to their advantage versus using it as an excuse, right? And it comes down to, you have an idea. There's no better way right now to go from idea to a product without using AI.
Yeah.
It's the fastest path, right? People can optimize their life in so many different ways by leaning into AI.
I agree.
So. All right, guys. Till next time. We're out.
Thank you.
Thank you.